You see, our world is far from ideal. Everywhere we turn, the countless examples of miracles.
A logistician, performer, master planner, a practical thinker.
So if I can take my employment letter and take it to the bank, and the bank will give me credit facility to buy my home now and buy a car that can enable me to live a standard life now, then what else am I doing? All right, thank you very much. Bengarolo here. Thank you very much for watching me, all the viewers at home, wherever you may be watching from. Okay, I watched a particular video online, about a particular presidential candidate, particularly of the All Progressive Congress. You will watch this video. So, but before I show you that video, all right, some people have actually asked me to say, why are you doing videos to support this particular man when the entire youth are going towards one certain direction? But the truth of the matter is, those discussions with my peers and colleagues and people generally, I noticed that there's so much gap in knowledge. Quite a number of us, we may make mistakes in choosing our leaders. And so therefore, I'm not going to take it lightly with some of our presidential candidates who are fond of churning out false statistics just because they want to score political points. That is not the best way to go. And so I'm not going to take it lightly, and that is the reason why I'm doing this video, to lend my voice to informing and enlightening Nigerians as we gear towards choosing our next president in 2023. We all crave for development of Nigeria that will bring about a better living and brighter future for our kids. There are key indices, that speaks to national development. And those indices are poverty, unemployment, and socio-economic inequality. Sadly, in our case in Nigeria, these three key indices are retrogressing. The National Bureau of Statistics puts, in their 2019 poverty and inequality report, estimates 40% of the total population are living below poverty line. What is scary statistics? But another report says that about 112 million Nigerians are living in poverty. I mean, that's scary. And the same statistics report says that unemployment rate in Nigeria is about 33.3%, and youth unemployment is about 42.5%. Then what is needed to actually reset Nigeria? What is needed to actually, work Nigeria that will make us live a better life? What is missing actually? Visionary, discipline, and courageous. Who of these presidential candidates actually fits the bill? I'm going to show you the video that Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, show us, where he was talking about employing 5 million youth to the army and the police and other service agents. And he was saying that, what are they going to eat? He said agbado, cassava, corn. And it's alarming to hear a lot of our youth, a lot of people could not even deduce, the policy behind what is said in a few seconds. And I'm going to break it down. You watch the video and I'm going to break it down.
This is the time to put stimulus expenditure in place. This is no more time for austerity. I hope you listen carefully. This is not the time to constrain the economy. This is the time to create the opportunity. If you hear America spending 1.9 trillion and they're not looking back and they're still asking for 3 trillion for infrastructure, and creating jobs, and the whole unemployment rate is at 33%. And you ask us to keep on fasting. We're fasting no more. And we are competing with armed robbers and bandits to recruit from the youths who are unemployed. 33% unemployed. Recruit 50 million youths into the army and take away from their recruitment source. What they will eat? Cassava, àgbàdo, corn, and the morning, yam in the afternoon. Is growing here. You create demand as consumption. So over 5 million army of boot camp. We create our food. I mean, that's money for the farmer. That's consumption. But you know, skill development. Don't call them illiterate. Don't talk about illiteracy. Anybody who can own God, who can handle God, who can cook God and clean the chamber and cook and shoot is technically competent to repair a tractor in the farm.
But this is it. 5 million youth in the army, police, and other services. You are taking out of the 33.3% who are currently unemployed in Nigeria. You are taking them out. How do you pay their wage? How do you ensure that these things are taken care of in the face of our dwindling revenue? But this is the man that has demonstrated his capacity in revenue generation and government finance. I mean, we see what he did in Lagos when Lagos practically at a time had zero allocation. He was able to put some things in place that ensured that government was running and development was going on. He was talking about creating a demand which is speaking to massive investment into mechanized farming. He did say that if you have a youth who could cock a gun and clean the chamber, talking about those who are given to banditry now, he's saying they are technical enough to be able to repair tractors and machines, the mechanized farming tools and equipment. So, he's saying that our direction will be massive investment in mechanized farming. And this will bring about direct employment in the area of operations, repair, and maintenance of farming tools. He's also talking about introduction of credit facilities that will enable every employed individual to live a standard life right from the word go. Imagine when people are employed to repair, mechanized farming tools. The moment you give them employment, if I can take my employment to the bank, and the bank will give me credit facility to buy my home now and buy a car that can enable me to live a standard life now, then what else am I waiting for? So when youth are employed into repairs, operations, and even maintenance of mechanized farming tools, and the wages or the incentives are robust enough to enable me to be able to live now, why will I be looking for a white-collar job in the city? I would rather be gainfully employed and be duly remunerated. Now, the introduction of the credit facility, which will enable all of these things to happen, is the same thing that we run out of this country to enjoy in another man's land. But when we have such a man that can introduce dynamic policies that will address unemployment and even at the same time address the security situation in the country, what else are we waiting for? The man did say in one of his meetings, he said, leadership and national development are twin engines. You need good leadership to conceive dynamic policies that will drive development at all levels.